welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street, the key strategies from both fundamental and technical experts. Joining in with me is my colleague Shail Bhatnagar, also on the show. The markets have had a strong session so far. They're also inching now towards the day's high level. Nifty is now at 19,658. All the sectors of the Nifty are up into the green, led by realty space that's up by 3%. IT space follows 2.3% higher. Oil and gas, metals, autos, as well as the small cap index also up into the green, upwards of 1.3% higher in trade. On the top gainers front, as far as the Nifty is concerned, you have Eicher Motors topping the charts. This stock, Shell had pointed out right in the morning trade as well, 5.4% higher in trade today. We're also looking at Tech Mahindra, Hindalco, HTFC Life Insurance and Wipro as the other top gainers. However, on the laggards front, you just have a few and far between stocks that are not participating in the rally today. Bajaj Finance, for example, is down by 1.5%. Power Grid, IndusInd Bank is slightly lower in trade, and Sun Pharma. These are the laggards as far as the markets are concerned. But a lot of momentum in the F&O action as well. Manappuram Finance, for example, that's the stock clearly which was mentioned again in the morning trade today. 8.4% higher in trade. We also have Emphasis, Coforge and the stocks from the midcap IT basket that are doing very, very well at this point in time. Shell, a stunning day panning out for the markets. 3 lakh crore rupees already added into the investors' kitty. What lies ahead?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sakshi. What lies ahead is the victory of India at Vakute. I am absolutely certain about it. From now on till 3:30, you will see volumes dip on the Lal Street simply because action has shifted to the cricketing pitch on Wankhede, and it's a blowout there as well. India is batting at 59 in 7 overs, loss of no wickets, and a roaring match happening between the bat and ball. At the moment, it seems that yes, 45 of 26 balls is what Rohit Sharma is scoring at, and he's taking a lot of views from Nifty. We had highlighted a morning call in the morning, which was the 19,400 call. Remember, this is a trade while we were in it since yesterday at about 103. At the day's high so far, 292, and that's how options trades are kept into momentum and patched up in terms of gains. We had also highlighted the Nifty 400 call as far as I'm so sorry, the Infosys 1400 call at a price of about 17 rupees. That one is also at day's high, 22 rupees, 23 rupees. So these are the options trades that we had highlighted, and today is the day for big boys, Sakshi. Across the board that you see within the Nifty, a very, very smart rally happening on the back of very, very strong volumes. I'll mention just 3 here. If you look at the Nifty in terms of volume gainers, it's Eicher Motors, top gainer, 5.4% higher, 14.5 lakh shares traded. Average volume is more than 3 times. Coal India, 350 rupees, up in the green, 2.6 times volumes that we've seen at about 3.2 crore rupees. In fact, the first 7 or 8 stocks that are showing multiple times volume, more than 2 times, 7 of them are gainers. So that basically means that you'll see this rally appreciate further, and 19,400 call should now translate into 19,600 call. Very, very strong action coming in as far as trades are concerned. If you remember, we had pointed out in the morning it will be a gap up and a flat trade from then on. Mostly that situation has been in the case. And if you look at the Bank Nifty weekly expiry, it had opened with a 555 point gap. Now it's just 331 points higher, 44,250 as far as prices on the Bank Nifty are concerned. I'll make 2 predictions. One, 19,800 you'll see on the Nifty fairly soon, and 44,500 is within reach for Bank Nifty. That should happen quicker.
Okay. At this point in time, let's also welcome our guest on the show. Gaurav Dua now joins in. He's the head of capital market strategy at Sharekhan. Gaurav, good afternoon, and thank you so much for taking the time out. What do you make of the rally in trade today, and is this going to be really sustainable? What are the market trends really looking like to you?
So we had a great day, a great start today, and the the matches also started on a this excellent note. The hitman is doing his job, and I believe the stock markets will also continue to do so. I came on your show when we were down at 19,100, and I had said that the market looks very, very good to me. So last week, if you see, markets were down, Nifty was down, in fact, but the small cap index was at a new high. You can't have a downturn in the equity market when your small cap index is at a new high. So I think, despite all the issues that we keep hearing in last 1.5 months, we have seen a lot of bad news that is getting absorbed in the market, and markets are doing quite well. And I believe that before the elections next year, people will keep worrying and the stock markets will keep going up.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dua. What a pleasure to host you, sir. How are you advising your investors at the moment? Do you see value in the mid cap and the small cap space even at current levels, although the index on the small cap is at a record high? Blue chips seem to be having a good run today, and they did nothing in the last somewhat. The Nifty was flat at about 6.5% higher. How are you navigating this market on behalf of your investors? What are the ideas that you've shared with them?
So you know what? Small cap, micro cap space is a very large space. So I will never dissipate it with the same brush. I think at any point of time, you have spaces or stocks within the small cap space, micro cap space, which will look expensive to you. But at every stage of this market, you will also find stocks where you have the same value, right? So I think there is still value to be explored in small cap space, micro cap space. Having said this, for past almost a month, we've been asking our clients to reduce exposure into micro cap, small cap, especially in the spaces or the stocks that is done very, very well. So there have been stocks which are up by 40, 50, 60, 70%, and it is time to take some more profits from there and distinct shift that money to large cap. So so this that has been our strategy. Within the large cap space, what we have been saying is that the banking sector, basically industrials, real estate sector, these are spaces where we believe that you know you can get this handsome upside.
Can you tell us from the Nifty, which is the stock that looks strongest to you at this point in time?
So I will not be talking about next 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, but I
Sure.
believe that if you look at the space Nifty, I think if we are expecting that over next 1.5 year, situation across the world is going to improve, then I think IT is our contra bet there. Yes, this is the first time that we are seeing since past about a week or so that it is time to start nibbling into IT sector, even the large cap stock. Then to play the multi-year upcycle, which we see in India, we have been very, very positive on, as I said, banking sector, real estate, and the ancillary stocks, and also the industrial. So I think your bulk of your investments have to be in this space.
Right. Okay. Let's also talk about some more stocks. Then I wanted to take your view on. Let's talk about Manappuram Finance, sir. That's the top gainer in the F&O space, 8.5% higher. We're just getting some updates from Cogensis as well, which is talking about, as far as our trade data is concerned, the gold imports in the month of October have jumped up 95% odd. That talks about the huge demand for gold and the gold loan as well in India. So your thoughts on gold finance, Manappuram Finance, that has been on an uptrend, and do you think that it is still a buy at 150, 151 odd?
So, this is a stock, if you don't look at past 1 month, 3 months, over past 2 years, 3 years, this stock is actually underperformed.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because it has been struggling a bit. And as a space, gold financing has seen a lot of aggressive entry by the banks. So I think rather than focus on pure play gold finance kind of a stock, I think there are a lot of good stocks in the NBFC space that you can go into. Chola is a stock that we like in the large cap space. Then five star use business and this Canfin Homes are the stocks that we like in the this mid cap space.
Right. Sakshi, I think we've had a bit of a setback as far as cricket is concerned. The first wicket is down. Rohit Sharma striking 47 of 29 balls, and India at 71 for 1 in 8.2 overs. Let's shift focus back to Rohit Sharma's of our market today, and it's undoubtedly Eicher Motors. In top gear today, the counter almost now headed towards its record high, 38.57. I think this is a record high for Eicher Motors. It should be. The last level that we've seen at this level is 39.01, still about 50 points away, but a very strong breakout coupled with excessive and very good volumes, 14.46 lakh shares on Eicher Motors, and at day's high, followed by Tata Motors. It's the day of autos and auto ancillaries. Tata Motors at the moment trading 667.20, again day's high, retracing its all-time highs. And of course stocks like Bharat Foods, stocks like Bharti Airtel, all of them moving substantially higher in trade today. This is how the market is as far as Nifty is concerned. At the index level, we are now at 19,671, and if you look at the options call that we had discussed early morning, that is at the moment trading at 309 rupees. So another 10 rupee uptick as far as the 19,400 call is concerned on the Nifty, and of course another up move on the Infosys 1400 call, now at 24. Sakshi, what are you watching?
Well, Shell, let's talk about Hindalco again. It's 3.5% higher in trade. We've been discussing the metals pack and how they're shining brightest. Of course, for last few trading sessions again. Mr. Dua, your thoughts on the entire metal pack, the rally that we are seeing unfold, and anything that interests you from the metals pack that you would look at structurally for a long term, and perhaps something that can give substantial returns on the top.
So that is one space we as an investor try and avoid, because metals is a global play, and when you have slowdown, especially in US, Europe, accompanied by not so good outlook for China, metals is a space where we believe it's going to be highly this is volatile. So metal as a space, we are not extremely bullish. In fact, we try to avoid it. And if someone does want to buy into it, we will go for something like this is specialty metal or a very this is large player. So Tata Steel is the only stock where we've been advising clients. Otherwise, more or less, we have been avoiding the space.
Okay. Okay. But are you watching the real estate space at all? The realty sector is the top moving sector in trade today. We are seeing stocks like the Phoenix Mill, that's up 6%, Oberoi Realty again up 5% in trade today, Brigade Enterprises, so Prestige Estates, Godrej Properties, all up into the green as well. Strong moves coming in from this one. How do you see the move here, and any particular stock that you may be advising investors as well?
So this is property is a space where you just started the cycle about year and a half back. If you have a look at the history, property have an upcycle of 5 to 8 years and a down cycle of 8 to 10 years. So after almost 8-10 years, property this cycle is showing upturn. In fact, if you see last year, financial year, India had 3.47 lakh crore worth of also property sales, which is a very high record in a time period where RBI was very aggressive in the interest rate hikes. So it all clearly shows that the property cycle is on a strong uptrend. So we are extremely, this positive on this space. Phoenix Miller stock that we like, we believe it's this buy and hold. In the real estate play, what we say is that macro tech is a very strong play on the property market in Mumbai. This Brigade Enterprises is what we like from Bangalore, and and this DLF from the NCR space. And in the smaller companies, we've been aggressive on on the Suntech and also on on the coal department. So these are the stocks that we like. Apart from this, we also believe that multi-year real estate upcycle can also be played by by the building material companies. So we like stocks like this APL Apollo, Century Ply, this is Somani Ceramics, and this is Hindware.
Right. Okay. Let's shift focus, Sakshi, and focus on the defense space. We've seen a very, very sharp move coming in on two very well-known stocks. Of course, Cochin Shipyard. You'll see the stock being the top gainer on this particular space, and up 4% in today's trade, trying to reclaim the previous high that we had seen somewhere like 1263. A sharp move coming in today based on very, very strong volumes. And apart from Cochin Shipyard, in this space you have some decent moves coming into Garden Reach Shipbuilders up 3%, BEML 2.5% higher, and of course Hindustan Aeronautics up 1.4% at 2088. Mr. Dua, we've seen a blowout rally happening across the defense sector, be it Mazgaon, be it Hindustan Aeronautics, Cochin Shipyard. Every stock has given multi-bagger returns over the last 6 months to a year. Would you have a favorite on this particular segment?
So again, this space defense and also also say railways. I think two the six structural stories. Okay, so here we believe that you have a growth cycle of next 4 to 5 years. And when it comes to defense, we like HAL, which has been our pick, and also also this in Mazgaon Dock. So we believe you need to play with the leaders in the space. So this HAL is the leader in the aviation space, and and this in Mazgaon on the shipping side. Both have very strong order book. They have almost 2.5 years. 2.5 years plus of order book available with them. So there is a strong, this growth visibility. Valuations are not so cheap anymore, but then as you will see the growth, honestly, you will also see the upside in the stock. So I believe these are for next 4 to 5 years stories where you will get, 17-18% kind of return every year.
Fair. That is a sector that we are looking at in terms of a strong build-up. A couple of stocks that are also doing in this way well are Midhani, that's Mishra Dhatu Nigam Limited, 364.75, 0.7% higher. Of course, we've discussed the three shipbuilders, which is Mazgaon, Garden Reach, as also Cochin Ship. Mr. Dua, sticking with the main theme in terms of index heavyweights, strong breakouts are seen in the auto space, especially on the two-wheeler side. Would you have a favorite between Bajaj Auto, Eicher Motors, and Hero Motors or TVS Motors? All three at least, apart from Hero Motors, which looks at the middle income to lower income product range. are at record highs: TVS, Bajaj, and Aisha. What is your favorite?
So this our pick here would be Aisha, because Aisha is one stock which has been able to increase their say, market share. You know, a couple of months back, the stock did go down when you had the launch of new bikes of the Harley Davidson and also with Triumph. Both Harley has this tied up with Hero, Triumph with Bajaj. So they also this introduced bikes which were more or less in range with those are the offerings from Aisha, and the this thing initial this thing booking was this thing quite healthy there, and that led to some kind of underperformance from Aisha. I think, but Aisha is over this. We have seen in this past few months, volumes have come back in Aisha in terms of sales, and I think Aisha is going to lead the rally in terms of of this in two wheelers.
Mr. Dua, I wanted your focus on some of the stock market related stocks, brokerage stocks as well, that have been moving pretty sharply off late. Stocks like Angel One that continue to hover 5% higher in trade even now. Bombay Stock Exchange and CDSL, the kind of move that we've seen, especially on BSE. You know, somebody who's entered BSE at the starting of the year has already made 300% kind of returns. I mean, like, this is abnormal returns in a single year. How would you be looking at this particular space, and any particular stock that you'd like to continue to say stay put on, or say that investors can hope for higher returns here?
So we have been the lucky one. We have entered into Bombay Stock Exchange at this thing close to 800 rupees in our this thing PMS product, and the investors have been extremely happy. We believe that there is still a lot of steam there. Okay, this is a stock where you are seeing basically upgrades from analysts almost every month, and see a lot of scope for increasing of the market share in the FNO volumes in as compared to NSE. And so our estimates are that over FY23 to 26 3-year period, we believe that Bombay Stock Exchange BSE net profits are going to double. And if the Bank X volumes also improve the way that has been done for Sensex, I think those can also see upgrades. So we are holding on to our this position there, and we believe that it is a stock which you should just say buy and hold. Other than that, yes, we have been also talking about the six CDSL and CAMS as the two attractive stocks in this space.
All right, another space that I wanted your attention on is the energy space. Stocks like Coal India, NTPC, for example. We're also seeing ONGC in sharp momentum today, 2% higher in trade, Oil India. How would you be really looking at this entire energy space? The PSU stocks that have been moving higher in trade of late?
So, we have tried to avoid ONGC and Oil India because we don't like a space where you have interference from the government. So, where they start taking higher amount of profits, you may have a higher this thing tax on them. So, when it comes to energy, yes, we like the space in terms of the say, power sector. Uh, Obviously, NTPC has been a big, for us. Lately, about few months back, at the average price of 100, we have also been aggressively adding Bharat Heavy Electricals. Okay, obviously BHEL, and we believe that it's a late cycle kind of a stock, and the focus which is like come back in terms of pushing the thermal energy also, because of the shortage that we are seeing across the country in terms of power. I think this is a stock which is being ignored by the market. If you see, hardly anyone has a call on the stock as of now in terms of the analyst coverage. There is hardly any coverage on that stock as of now. And some 14 to 18 years back, I think almost every house had a call on it on this BHEL. So I think that's a stock which can this thing surprise on the upside. And again, that's a stock that we have been buying in our this thing, this PMS portfolio.
Fair point, and it's the power sector space that is also making a comeback via Coal India, which is the largest supplier of the energy fuel over the longer term. Mr. Dua, with that, we'd like to thank your participation. Very kind of you to spare your valuable time, and of course, festive greetings to everybody at home, as also to the entire team at Sharekhan and to your clients.
Thank you. All the best to your viewers and you.
Okay. We'll also shift focus now to a different part of the sector which is doing immensely well, and that is the PSU basket. A couple of stocks that I'd like to mention in this space that have posted strong gains today are, of course, Canara Bank and Chennai Petro. Canara Bank has crossed the 400-point mark fairly conclusively, and that marks a 6-year high. The last time you saw 400 on Canara Bank, it was November of 2017. That has moved up fairly sharply, and of course, the erstwhile high beta stock Chennai Petro up 42 rupees at 628 on very, very sharp volumes of about 45 lakhs. Then you have moves on GNFC, of course, NLC India and Indian Bank. These are some of the stocks that are moving fairly sharply. We'll wait for our technical guest to join in, by which time Sakshi and I will keep on marking prices. Nifty now at 19,660, 217 points higher. And joining us now is Mr. Nagraj Shetty, technical and derivative analyst at HTFC Securities. Good afternoon, Nagraj, and a very warm welcome to you. Your view on the Nifty and any stocks that you want to highlight which are moving strongly on technical charts.
Hi, good afternoon. Nifty has been in a sharp uptrend. In last few weeks, we have seen limited a downside and the sharp upside momentum in the market. Now the resistance has been taken out one after another. Recently, we have seen Nifty breaking above 19,250, 300 levels, and today we have seen Nifty decisively moving above 19,550, 600 level. This is indicating that the bulls are in a driver's seat right now. I'm expecting this upside momentum to continue for the short term, and 19,850 is going to be the next target for the Nifty, which is a strong resistance as of now, and that resistance to be taken on the upside in the near term. So initially, the upside levels to be watched is around 19,850, and any consolidation or a decline till 19,500 could be the stop loss or a buy on dips opportunity.
Okay, Mrs. Shetty, good afternoon. Sakshi Batra this side. I wanted to understand from you, especially on the kind of moves that we've been seeing on the PSU banking space, the small rung PSU banks, stunning rally has panned out there with the likes of Canara Bank, Indian Bank, Union Bank, all of them, either closing into their all-time high levels or hitting their 52-week high levels again. Now, the news flows of some reports suggesting that the government may perhaps be looking at offloading some stake now in some of these banks. How do you see these bank and the kind of rally that we've moved in here so far?
Yeah, PSU banks has witnessed a sharp upside momentum since last session and currently showing consolidation. I think after the 7-8 sessions of range bound action, this PSU banking sector has moved up recently, and I'm expecting this is a positive indication. Overall chart pattern of PSU banking index is looking positive. Some more upside is likely in the near term. So, in the meanwhile, in the some important participants of the PSU banks, like as you said, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, Federal Bank, State Bank, and they are looking positive on the charts. And I'm expecting further upside momentum in those pockets in the short term.
Okay. Mr. Shetty, could you also tell us, your view on, say, Manappuram Finance, the top F&O mover in trade today, 8.4% higher. Where do you see the next targets for the stock? It's right now hovering around 150.60. It's up 7.3% higher in trade. Manappuram Finance.
Yeah, of course. Yes, ready. Yes. The stock, actually, the stock was moving in a consolidation, was underperforming in the last few weeks as lower tops and lower bottoms is evident on the chart, which is indicating that the stock was in a consolidation phase. Today's upside breakout is signaling that the sharp upside momentum is likely in the short term. So there is a possibility of small 1 or 2 days of consolidation, and the stock would move up further. I'm expecting the stock to reach up to 157, 158, which is the next set of resistance in the near term.
Right. Sakshi, we'll do a bit of market spotting now. 19,653 as far as the Nifty is concerned, 208 points higher. And the Indian cricket team has also hit a century at 103. The loss of 1 wicket, 9 overs have gone by. Actually, 12 overs have gone by. Very, very strong strike rate happening here. Reliance Industries at the moment driving the Nifty towards strength, 1.7% higher, 2353. Infosys 2.2% higher, 1405. And of course Tata Motors 2.5% higher, 670. Coming to you, Nagraj, on the complexion of the markets today, it's a big boy day, and all big boys have shot up remarkably on very, very high volumes, whether you look at Aisha, whether you look at Coal India, whether you look at the move on Infosys. What does it tell you about the Nifty for the remainder of the expiry?
Yes, exactly. Big boys coming back from the consolidation or a downtrend. If you can name the Reliance, TCS, even IT is coming back. A whole host of the large cap stocks are moving up. This is indicating that there is more upside to come for the Nifty. No doubt, till then we have seen outperformance in broader market like mid cap, small cap, and micro cap have outperformed in the recently. But large cap somehow was showing some lackluster movement. Now the large cap stocks, large cap participants are showing joining the party. I think more upside is likely to come in those large cap stocks as well as in mid and small cap.
Okay.
Okay. And Sakshi, one stock that I'd like to mark is Birla Soft, fresh record high. It's crossed the 600 barrier and is now at 610.40. Typically, it's a very, very difficult and how should I say, not the right thing to do to take a view of a stock at record high, especially technically. But since this one has made a lot of new highs over a period of time, Mr. Shetty, would you give a medium-term technical chart check on Birla Soft?
What we can observe in the long-term charts of Birla Soft is continuous outperformance over the last 7-8 months. This as the stock has been in a continuous sharp upside momentum. On the charts, we can see higher tops and higher bottoms on the daily and weekly chart, which is indicating that there is a continuous strength on the stocks towards the upside. After consolidation of the few sessions, 7-8 sessions, this stock has moved up. Then daily 10 and 20 period EMAs are continuously offering supports, and I'm expecting this stock, though it has placed at the higher levels, still there is no indication of any consolidation or a reversal pattern building at the higher levels. That means more upside is likely for the stocks. If you look at the long-term charts, since it has moved above the previous top of 585 of January 22, so I mean, I'm expecting this stock to move towards the next important resistance of around 650 to 655 levels in the next 1 to 2 months.
Mr. Shetty, I wanted to take your view on Info Edge. It is the top moving stock as far as Nifty Next 50 index is concerned. It's up by 5 odd %, and the kind of move that we have seen, say on a 1 month basis, is again 15% odd. It has been on a clear uptrend. Your thoughts on Info Edge? Would you still buy the stock at this level? It is 47.35, so not very cheap at this point in time.
Practically, InfoEdge in the second name is Naukri is still looking positive. We have seen a smaller consolidation and a sharp upside breakout in today's session, which is indicating that a strong upside momentum for the stock is in the force. And I'm expecting this stock to reach up to 4985 to 5000 level very soon, which is the next set of resistance as of now.
Okay. What about Tata Motors? Have you been tracking this stock of late? Tata Motors DBR shares got included in the MSCI Global Index. And for Tata Motors, the other trigger is that everybody will be watching out for this stock as 22nd of November, we'll see the subsidiary Tata Tech IPO to come up. And of course, there will be some reservation for the shareholders of Tata Motors, as we are expecting. No clarity there, however, so far. But in that case, do you think Tata Motors is poised for another leg up till this IPO comes in?
Tata Motors has been in a consolidation phase, gradually moving up within a range bound action. There is a strong resistance around 640, 645 levels as of now, and it is showing strong resistance and showing minor declines in between from the higher levels. I think I'm not expecting any bigger upside momentum as of now. This consolidation phase or a gradual upside is likely to continue for the short term.
Right.
So these are the two stocks that Sakshi has pointed out. Info Edge or Naukri, a very, very sharp breakout there. The stock near a 6-month high, and of course Tata Motors. Sakshi mentioned tailwind on that one, which is the Tata Technologies IPO that is likely to open on November 22nd. We still don't have many details, but the fact is that since August 2004, Sakshi, this will be the first IPO from the Tata stable to hit the markets again. So that's 16 plus 3, 19 years of wait. And more importantly, in that time frame between 2004 to 2023, the biggest wealth creator on the Nifty has been TCS. So something to look forward to you intensely as far as the IPO investors are concerned. And this is something that is getting reflected fairly well in Tata Motors stock price as well, because that's the owning parent of Tata Technologies, which, by the way, provides a lot of work on the software side for the automobile sector. Stocks that are doing fairly well in the markets: Axis Bank 1042, headed towards record high. Very strong move coming in Infosys 1408 as far as the cash price is concerned, and of course Paytm 923. Nagraj, your views on Reliance, days high 2354, and it's a rare day when you see Reliance up 1.2 1.4% and not giving up those gains towards the close of day.
I think the recent downward correction underperformance in the Reliance seems to be over, as we observe a minor higher bottom formation on chartically. After breaking below the 200-day EMA support and finding strong resistance around 200-day EMA around 2350, 2360 level in the past, that eventually the stock is currently making an attempt of upside breakout of the 200-day EMA as well as the consolidation phase around 2350 levels. I'm expecting this to be broken on the upper side. Overall chart pattern is looking positive for as of now. And if it breaks about 235060 level convincingly, and I'm expecting this stock to move towards another 100 rupees around 2450, which is the next resistance comes in.
Okay. Mr. Shetty, I wanted to take your attention to, let's discuss stocks today. I mean, like that's from the pharma space. Ajanta Pharma, for example, has touched its 52-week high today. We're also looking at some move coming in on Glenmark Pharma today. The index is just sideways, flattish to sideways, just 0.1% higher. But do you see any of these names starting to perform now?
I'm expecting Ajanta Pharma to perform now because this stock was currently moving, shaping towards upside towards the 1950, 1960 level, which is going to be the upside breakout of the larger range movement. And overall chart pattern, even today's upside breakout attempt has accompanied with the rise in volume as well. So even RSI is also looking positive for the stocks. So overall outperformance is likely to continue for Ajanta Pharma for the near term. So next resistance to be watched for this stock is 2025 levels.
Okay. One more stock that's again at its 52-week high levels. One of the recently listed stocks, so I'm not sure if you will have very historical data to refer to, but Bajaj Foods 5.5% higher in trade today. This was one stock that was also discussed as part of the somewhat specific picks by most of our guests. Your thoughts on Bajaj Foods? Do you think any promising move here?
Yeah, of course, I'm expecting this upside breakout attempt is likely to continue. What we can observe on the chart is a flag breakout. After showing a sharp up move in the early part of the November, it has witnessed a shift into a consolidation. Now again today has broken above the consolidation pattern. Overall chart pattern is looking positive. I'm expecting further upside in Bikaji. So 575 is going to be the next resistance you can see for this in the near term.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's get some more stocks underway. I wanted to understand from you from the IT pack, especially the mid-cap IT space. Is there a stock that is your favorite from this pack? You know, stocks like Coforge, Birlasoft, Persistent have been doing rather well. Anything that from this basket?
Coforge is the one which has shown a promising upside momentum today. After the range bound action, the stock seems to have formed a important bottom reversal around 4800 levels, which is near to 200-day EMA. And today's upside breakout itself is indicating that more upside is likely in the near term.
Okay, this is how IT is spaced, and of course, Persistent has been one of the classiest stocks when it means creating long-term wealth. Sakshi, I'll give you one very interesting data. If you see the one-year performance of the entire IT SPAC within the FNO space, you look at Persistent creating 63% upside in the last 1 year. We've discussed Birlasoft also. That's up more than doubled, 115% rally in the last 1 year. So this is how value is being created by these two counters, and of course you have the likes of MCX up 87%. Staying with the brokerage space, Mr. Shetty, we've seen blowouts happening on the likes of Bombay Stock Exchange, on CDSL. A specific brokerage comes to mind, Angel Broking. It's changed a digit today, 3000 now, and similar scenes are seen in CAMS, KFIN. All this, the entire brokerage space is up for grabs as far as technical charts are concerned. Which, according to you, is a stock that has not reacted as aggressively as BSE and CDSL and still presents an opportunity to ride the rally?
I think both the stocks, what you have mentioned, CDSL and BSC have seen a significant upside momentum on the back of rising volumes as well as momentum indicators rising. So I'm expecting now it is time to show some consolidation in both the stocks. I'm not expecting any bigger upside bounces from here on. There is a possibility of consolidation, or we can say minor downward correction from the higher levels.
Mr. Shetty,
Okay,
let's.
fair point.
Yeah.
And the right, yes, actually. Yes, Sakshi, go ahead, please.
Shell, just wanted to focus a bit on the insurance space. You know, HTFC Life Insurance and SBI Life Insurance are both showing momentum again, 2.5% higher in trade. Is there a trade here that you'd like to see in these life insurance names, Mr. Shetty?
Especially in the life insurance, I won't be able to comment on HDFC Group since I'm working for this
Sure,
organization.
fair
And
enough.
if you look for the SBI Life, still I'm not that confident that this stock has to go above the 1370, 1380 levels as of now. Currently showing consolidation, there is a strong resistance around 1380 levels. If it breaks above 1380 levels, there is a possibility of some more upside. Otherwise, still 1380 to 1300 levels, there is a range bound action is expected in the near term.
Okay. What about from the IT pack? We've been discussing the mid-cap IT space, but from the large-cap space, would you be looking at TCS favorably at around 3404 odd levels, 2% higher in trade?
Of course, chartically TCS is looking positive because we have seen completion of one leg of decline downtrend in the stocks. Later, after the decline of early to mid part of the October, mid to later part of the October, this stock has shifted into a consolidation. I think the resistance of 200 EM has been taken out yes in today's sessions, and the overall consolidation pattern around 3500 level, which is a strong resistance as of now over the last couple of weeks, will be taken out on the in the short term. I'm expecting outperformance to continue. More upside is likely in the frontline IT stocks, especially in TCS in the near term.
Mr. Nagraj, could you share an options call on TCS on the long side? How does the 3350 call look to you? Let me just raise the price, as also our PCR will fire the TCS November 30 call on, let's look at 3410. So let's look at 3400 only. That will be in the money. 45 rupees is what we see. Your views on this particular trade, Mr. Shetty? This is TCS 3400 November 30th call, now trading at somewhere in the vicinity of 32 to 34 rupees. What would be your trade?
My view is bullish for the IT, this IT major TCS, and I'm expecting, as repeatedly I'm saying, that 3400, 3420, 3410 is a resistance area we have seen over the last couple of weeks, and I'm expecting this to be taken out. On the light of this upside breakout in coming sessions and on the option trade, and definitely the suggestion of yours options is going to be profitable in the near term.
Okay. Positive view there as far as TCS is concerned. On MCX, I wanted a view, Mr. Shetty. It's now the top gainer on the FNO space, 8.5% higher in trade right now. It's hovering somewhere near 2913 odd levels, and with 5% higher. In past 5 days, it's moved up 11%, 33% in the last 1 month. 6 months, it has doubled investors' money, 113% higher in trade, and in the year-to-date levels again, it's 100% up. So, your own sense of how MCX has moved with the kind of rally, and do you see some steam left?
I'm expecting this 2950 is going to be a strong resistance. We have seen a significant upside moment for these stocks without showing any reasonable downward correction in between. And overall chart pattern is really, it is strong, no doubt. There is no indication of any reversal unfolding at the higher levels. But some indicators, some chart patterns, some oscillators are suggesting the tiredness at the higher levels. I'm expecting 2950 is going to be the resistance, and there is a possibility of consolidation or a small downward correction from the higher levels.
Okay. Mr. Shetty, any BTST calls that you'd have for investors? We are just about 12 minutes away from the day's close.
I don't suggest any BTST, but charts and stocks that are discussed, especially Reliance, TCS, which are the large cap stocks, and in both Reliance and TCS has seen upside momentum building up after a consolidation moment, and in the both the stocks I have seen that recent underperformance has been taken out on the upper side. They are very positive for the short term in the next 1 or 2 days to come.
Okay. Let's also look at one chart, Bata India. That's a stock. Do you track the stock at all at this point in time? The stock is showing some momentum again. And what would your call be on Bata? Any particular targets that you can share here? 1595 is the level at which it is trading at. Again, some 1.1% high in trade, but at this high level for sure.
Bata was showing moving into a consolidation and recently made an attempt of upside breakout of the consolidation as today as well. Currently placed at the higher levels, but on that chartically it is showing some lower tops and lower bottoms, which is indicating that bears dominance from the higher levels. What we have seen on the every rise, the stock has witnessed a selling pressure from the higher levels in the last few months. I'm not that interested. I'm not that interested in the stocks on the positive bias right now.
Okay, fair point. And at 200 DMA, Bata is making a very decent effort to reclaim its previous glory. Remember, the last 3 months or 5-7 weeks have not been good at all as far as Bata is concerned. It's corrected from 1760 to 1595, and both the daily and the weekly charts are showing fairly decent support at current levels. Let's mark the Nifty, Sakshi. At the moment, it's moving towards its day's high, fresh momentum coming in, and at 238 points higher, the Nifty is now aiming for 19,700. I will also take this occasion to put an end to the 19,400 trade that we had discussed on Monday morning. At that moment, the option call was at about 103, 104 rupees, and now let's see what the price is. That is where we sort of bid it goodbye and book whatever profit God has been kind enough to give to us. Somewhere like 278 is the price that I see, and it being 320, this is the right time to sort of close the trade and enjoy the money. The Nifty now driven primarily by Reliance Industries, Axis Bank, and Tata Motors on the long side. As far as the laggards are concerned, they are very, very few and far between. Surprisingly, Bajaj Finance is the top loser today, 2% lower, 1745 on the F&O space. Power Grid 1.1% lower. Remember, this is just profit booking. IndusInd Bank 1% lower, and Bajaj Finserv. So the advance decline ratio on the Nifty today has been 46:4. Very, very strong move coming in. And like I pointed out, it was the day for the big boys. Therefore, you have the top traded counter as Reliance, HTFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Bajaj Finance, and Infosys. 320 in front of you, Sakshi. 19,685. Let's see whether we can make 19,700 today in the remaining 9 minutes.
Absolutely. Mr. Shetty, I'd like your view on some of these stocks again. Stocks like Siemens, for example, that stock's moving higher. Capital goods majors have also got a good day so far. Stocks like Havells are moving up again. And some of these stocks have actually performed well in the previous Samvat as well. Trent, for example, from the retail basket, that's moving up. Your own sense of any of the stocks from the capital goods space that interests you?
I'm not expecting any outperformance in the short term for the at least capital goods sector. The consolidation or a small downward correction is likely to continue in the sector itself.
Okay. What about one more stock that I'll bring you from the F&O space that's again moving up higher in trade, L&T Finance. Would you look at this stock and tell us, what's moving this stock higher, 4.2% higher? Is there something that you spot on the charts that investors can continue to monitor?
Yeah, looking positive, continuously moving up. Recently, we have seen gradual upside momentum for the stocks, and once it broken above 142, 43 levels, the upside momentum has taken shape on the upper side and currently placed around 150. The next overhead resistance would be 162 for this stock in the near term.
Okay.
Sakshi, we'll take this opportunity to mark stocks that are closing at record highs within the Nifty. Bajaj Auto up 2% and on very, very strong volumes. 55.39 is the price that I see. Your favorite Starbucks, Tata Consumer, 930, 1.5% higher on fairly strong volumes, 15.12 lakh shares. And Ultratech Cement, this is the big boy of the cement space. 150 million tons is this installed capacity, 87.64 in front of you, 1% higher. Apart from these, let's shift focus within the F&O space, the stocks that are hitting record highs. Birla Soft 615.30. Remember, we just discussed it at 610. So that's the rally that quality is attracting at this point of time. A very well-known stock, a mild mover, Shriram Finance, fresh record high, 2037, 3.5% higher. TVS Motors giving company to Bajaj Auto. And of course, Federal Bank, Persistent and Trent. These are the stocks that we've already discussed, closing near record levels or at record levels on Wednesday, which is T-1, weekly expiry ahead for the Nifty tomorrow. Sakshi, what are you watching?
From the small cap basket, I wanted to discuss a few names with Mr. Shetty again. Let's look at some of the stocks that are moving higher. We've already discussed Cochin Shipyard, Manappuram Finance. These are the stocks that have been moving very, very sharply. NLC India, that's another stock that's moving up. Jyoti Laboratories, in fact, these laboratory stocks have picked up. Caplin Point, for example, that's moving up. You have Welspun India. Then you also have stocks like Gujarat Narmada Valley moving up in trade. All of these stocks are upwards of 4% each as far as the small cap stocks are concerned. Apar Industries, Intellect Design, Zensar Technologies, again from the mid cap IT basket and small cap IT basket, a lot of stocks that are moving higher in trade. Mangalore Ore Refinery, that's one stock that's moving higher in trade. Your own sense from the small cap space, Mr. Shetty, anything that interests you, any particular name that you'd suggest?
In fact, so whole host of small cap stocks are moving up today. If you look at the charts of the small cap index, what we have seen among the three broader market indices, mid cap, small cap, and micro cap, we have seen outperformance in the small cap index, and small cap index even has reached the all-time highs recently, ahead of other two indices, ahead of its peers. So the overall chart pattern is of small cap is definitely looking positive. More upside momentum is likely. In the light of that, Joe, whatever the names you have taken, whatever the stocks that have moved up after the consolidation are higher possibility of continuation of it, the upside momentum in the short to near term.
Okay. What about the tire stocks? Do you see some momentum here? We're seeing some of the stocks at least move up. Apollo Tires, for example, that's up by 3.5%. Balkrishna Industries, that's another stock that's moving up as well. Your own sense of how would you look at some of these tire stocks? Anything that you'd like to suggest here from this space?
In the tire sector, tire stocks, I think Apollo is the one which is showing some promising upside momentum among the other participants. I'm expecting this stock to move up further. After a recent minor downward correction, this stock has taken out the small resistance and currently heading towards 440, which is the next set of resistance in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Actually, let's look at stocks within the Nifty that are closing near day's highs. My bet is that tomorrow you will see a modest gap up, and then you'll see some profit booking because we'll be at the weekly expiry of the Nifty tomorrow. Just a moment, please. This is something really important to check because it will have the impact for tomorrow. Okay. Near high, intraday high, it's Tata Motors, Infosys, Reliance when it comes to moving at the day's high in sync with where the price is. Of course, within the Nifty group, it's also Axis Bank and Infosys, Aisha Motors also, and to some extent TCS and Bajaj Auto. So these are the stocks that are closing at day's high within the Nifty. Remember, the last half an hour, the close at 3:30 is the weighted average price of the last half an hour on trades as far as Nifty is concerned. So it's unlikely that we'll hit 19,700. But in terms of the closing, it should be somewhere like 19,650. Between 19,650 and 19,665. That still would be very strong 220 points that have come in. Structurally, Mr. Shetty, my last question to you. How about Bank Nifty? We've spent all our time discussing Nifty headed at 19,800. What are the charts of the Bank Nifty telling you against the backdrop of weak inflation, weak 10-year bond yield, and of course a very strong momentum coming at least in Axis Bank?
If you look at the Bank Nifty chart, Bank Nifty was showing strong resistance around 44,000 levels. In the last 7-8 sessions, we have seen a continuous attempt of upside breakout of around 44,000. And today we have seen the banking sector has moving above that hurdle. And this is looking positive even in the back of volume as well. This is looking positive, and I'm expecting this Bank Nifty on the spot to reach the next upside target of around 45,000 very soon.
Okay. Right. All that note, thank you so much, Mr. Shetty, for being with us on the show. And thanks a lot, Shell, also for being here with us on this edition. Great day for markets. We are ending at 231 points higher on the Nifty at 19,675. A strong rally there, which has panned out all the sectors of the Nifty up into the green, led by the realty space, 2.8% higher. Nifty IT follows again, 2.6% of a very strong momentum building up. Auto stocks in top gear, 1.6% higher. Oil and gas, small cap, metals pack, financial services, mid caps, the Nifty bank as well, all upwards of 1% is what you can actually see. And all these sectors are showing very, very strong momentum at the day's close as well. Now, when we talk about the top gainers, as far as the Nifty is concerned, you have Eicher Motors, that's definitely topped the charts today. It's ending the day 5.4% higher as the top mover at 38.40. Tech Mahindra follows. Hindalco again shining very bright in trade today, 3.7% higher. Infosys, Tata Motors, Wipro again 2.5 to 3% uptake for coming in for this one. So again, a lot of IT names, a lot of auto names that are coming up in the Nifty 50 earnings, the kind of movers that we have seen. As far as some of the Reliance Industries, some of the biggest heavyweights are concerned, they've contributed very well to the market upward move, 1.8% higher in trade again. You have Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Axis Bank, HCL Technologies, ITC as the other sharp movers in trade again. From the F&O basket, you have MCX as the top mover, almost 9% higher in trade today. Manappuram Finance 8% higher. We also have Emphasis, Coforge and Birlasoft, the three movers from the mid-cap IT basket that have found themselves as the top movers as far as the F&O action is concerned today. Apart from this, you also have Info Edge and Oberoi Realty as the other movers as far as the F&O action is concerned. Again, from the kind of move that we are seeing on the PSU space, Cochin Shipyard shines through, 4.2% higher in trade in the Nifty CPSE basket as well. So that's as far as the market move is concerned. Sensex up 700 points, a very, very strong move on the back of positive global cues, lower inflation and favorable macros that have been shaping up. Will this rally continue on the weekly expiry tomorrow is something that we will continue to monitor, tell you about. So do stay tuned with us on Business Today Television. Many thanks for tuning in for now.